Hi there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures, and a happy new year to you. I hope you've had a wonderful Christmas, and that the new year hopefully will bring us all something good to look forward to. I'm actually going to be filming this before Christmas, as I'm sure you're not surprised about. I am filming this before Christmas, should I say. But this will be scheduled to come out the day of my first day of isolation before my operation, which will be in 3 days' time. So I'm going to try and get this little book. Can you remember this little book? It's been a while since you've seen it. So I'm now going to do the winter part of my altered book to come out for the first couple of weeks in January, just so you've got something to start the year with. But then I probably, I don't know how many more videos I'll get filmed before I have to go into hospital. So it may be just a case of getting this book finished, and then you won't see me for a while. So let's get started before I keep waffling on about that. So let's go right into it, into the middle of the book. As you can see, this is the bit where we finished off last time. So what I want to do is, I want to do a flower here that will it's the only thing that I want that will actually not exactly match, but will reflect the same flower here. And I'll probably put a bit of lace along here as well, just so that it has a bit of cohesion. And then we move into the winter kit and the winter colours. So I'm just going to hold that there for a moment. So I've got a few flowers punched out because I'm not sure which colours I need to make the flower. So I've got it ready to go. So I've got a few flowers here ready. I'm going to make it out when I've chosen the papers to go in the rest. I'll be able to decide what flower or what colour scheme. And what I've done, I don't remember, I had a whole bunch of painted book pages that I used my acrylic paints, my dilution acrylic paints, and I painted a whole load of papers that I've used to punch out my flowers. And obviously for this one I had oranges and yellows, and so for this one I think there's going to be a little bit of red, there's going to be a little bit of sort of turquoisey colours, and quite a lot of grey and black in this kit. So so some of the flowers I'm going to use is the red and the sort of turquoisey blue that I've got. But I didn't have any paints that I could use for grey, and I didn't really feel like getting all my paints out. So what I did get out, and I'm hoping it'll work, I had this pack of metallic pens. So I've got a dark grey and a silver, or a dark silver I suppose you could call it, because it's all metallic. So I've just done a page of the dark colour and the silver colour, because I thought, well, I could use those. And I've got a lighter turquoisey colour here as well. So I've just punched out a little selection, and we'll see what we come up with. But I thought the first thing I should do, and the other thing I've decided to do, I did do quite a lot of inking in advance with the walnut stain, I think, and actually that's a bit too brown for me. So any more inking that I end up doing, I know I did ink quite a lot of the pockets in advance, so I'll just have to ignore that. But any new inking that I decide to do, I think I'm going to use this one. Either going to use this, which is pumice stone, which is actually quite a grey colour when it comes out. So I'm going to use a bit of that. I might also use a bit of this one, the speckled egg, which is that pale turquoise, which actually picks out very much the colour in the kit. So I may use a bit of that as well on some of the papers. See how it goes. I haven't really decided what I'm going to ink and what I'm not, and what colours I'm going to do. So I think the first thing I need to do is a strip to go down here. So I have gone ahead and picked out this paper just to get things started. I haven't picked out anything else, but I thought I'd make a start with this one. And I just need to make sure I cut it the right width. And actually it needs to only be quite narrow, because that's how far it will. Now where's my little pencil gone? Oh, it is right next to me. So I'm just going to mark it there and hope it's about the right width. Just cut that down. There we are. I'm hoping that you've all had a really lovely Christmas. You're able to spend it with your family. The COVID hasn't ruined it for you like it did for us all last year. This year I think it should be different, because most of us have now been vaccinated and boosted with any luck. And it should give us all an opportunity to spend the time with our loved ones that we missed out on last year. I'm still in the process of looking forward to my Christmas because I haven't had it yet, but the plans are that we're going to have our family here, so I think things would have to go very awry for us to change any of those plans this year. I don't think people will put up with it anymore, being told they can't spend time with their loved ones. Now, is that going to fit? Have I made it a little bit wide? Hang on, let's just put my little, I think that's just a little bit stuck here. Is that going to work? I want to make sure it fits before I put any glue on. It's quite tricky, this. Getting this. No, I think it's just a touch too wide. I'm going to have to trim it a bit more. I'll trim it a bit on this side. Get rid of a bit more of that white. So I think it's not even that straight. Now, so it's only a tiny bit, but I'm hoping that's just enough. Let's put that down there. Let's see if it'll go. I spent half the video just trying to get this thing in, aren't I? It can be a bit tricky, these little pieces. That is going to go. That's good. Right, okay. Right, let's slide that down. Down as far as it can. Right, now we're there. Now what I'm going to do now is turn it over and mark where I've got to cut it. So there. And at the bottom. Whoop. And very straight. And there. So I'll cut it just inside that pencil line. Let's see if we have that, how that looks. Get it straight. Don't know what that's doing there. And have I got that the right way? Yep. And we can feed it in. And it'll just slot in there. So that's nice. Might need a little decoration or something up here. But I think that's okay, that's ready to go. So that will need inking and gluing. I'll do that off camera in a moment. Let's find a piece for this one, and I'll do the two at the same time. So I could do a bit more from the same piece. Got the bird on it. And perhaps I'll do that. Okay, let's just, fairly near the edge, but just showing a little bit of a book page either side like I've done with all the others. And make it to there. I think what I might do is ink the pages with the pumice stone, but maybe I think I'd quite like to ink the papers with the speckled egg, just to bring in that bit more colour, because some of these pages are quite pale. I think that might might just bring in that little bit more colour, because they have got that pale turquoise in there, but it may not come off terribly well on camera because the colours are quite delicate. Right, I want to make sure I get my bird in. It's going to go there like that. Maybe go up a little bit. Don't want to lose too much of the forest at the bottom. Actually, I can go out a little bit more, I think. Okay, let's do that. Okay, I'm just going to draw a line where I need to cut. So this, I did show this kit at the end of my last video on this book. This is the Winter's Magic kit by Taylormadejournals, and it was a kit I had it in my basket all year last year because I spotted it, I think, after I'd done all my Christmas journal and things, and I just saw the kit and I just thought it was so beautiful. I must find a use for it next year, I thought. So I put it in my basket. I didn't check it out because I didn't need it. I didn't want to lose it, so I kept it there. And then when it came to doing this book, and I thought, I know exactly which kit I want to use, and I went ahead and bought it, and it's lovely. Right, so I may need to trim that off just a touch more. Yes, I will, I think. Lost most of the woodland, but never mind. So if I do that for there, I'm just going to cut a little bit more off the top, and I'll ink around it with the speckled egg and glue them in, and then I'll come back because I'd like to get some progress in this video, and it'll take time to get all this. I won't do all the gluing off camera, but I think the fiddly stuff might make sense because otherwise I'll be here all day. Okay, so I'll be right back. Right, so I've got those two pieces glued in. I'm going to come back to doing the flower once I've done the rest of these, so I know whether to use more blue or a bit of blue or a bit of red in there, because there are some birds with red in, and case in point, this one here, which I thought I would put along here, I think. So I'm just going to cut that down to line this pocket. I'll come back and do some decoration on this in another video when I've put all the papers in. I want to do, I think that's what I did the first time, is do all the papers and then go back and do a bit of decorating and adding the lace and bits and pieces like that afterwards. I think the first thing to do is to get the pockets covered. I'm thinking I might use my tear ruler. I'm going to take a chance and try tearing it for this one. It's getting it straight. I do have trouble getting my tears straight. Try that. Whoops, see, I can't keep it in one place. That's my trouble. Alright, let's try that. I'm just going to, we'll quickly ink this and I can glue it straight on. So I'm finding that this speckled egg is a nice colour to pick out the blue tone that's in the kit. There's not a lot of blue on this particular piece, but there is a little. And I'm liking the colour that it just brings out of some of the paler. So I'll just bring it towards me a little bit, stretching across there, seems a bit pointless. I'm just going to add that little blue tone without it being too much. It's a fairly subtle colour, and subtle is what we're going for, I think, with this winter kit. Unlike the autumn kit, which is anything but subtle. But actually, I probably should have trimmed this off before I did the inking, because I'm going to have to cut it down a little bit at the top there, aren't I? I wasn't thinking about that. So let's just make make little marks. I'll just have to bring that piece up a little again. Okay, let's get this piece of pretty paper on there. It's a case of trying to work the papers so that you get some of the pretty images showing. We've got owls, we've got deer, and we've got those birds, which I'm not sure what they are, with the reddish coloured breast. But they appear in quite a lot of the pages, and I do think they just give that pop of lovely colour. Okay, that's it. I had a little piece of something or other. What did I do with it? No. Oh, I had a piece of, well, I'll use this, of dry wet white, which I thought I could use. Oh, here it is. It's just hidden under here. Just to rub this down. Okay, so and we've got, so that's a pocket, so we need something in here. Now, some of the images are one side and some of them on this side. I'm thinking about this owl would be quite good. I'm just going to see if I can get enough of him on display. I think I can. I'm just going to trim off a bit of the edge. See if he will show enough. I'll try tearing it down, and then we'll see. Just needs it to pop on inside the pocket, don't we? I'm just going to mark it there, and we'll have a look, see how well he fits. It's not such a big deal if it's not completely straight, because it's going to be inside the pocket. So I don't want to lose my little birds at the bottom, which look like possibly little blue tits. I'm not sure what they're doing in the winter scene, but they're probably not blue tits. But they are very pretty. They're very sweet little birds, so I don't want to lose them. So that's going to have to allow a little bit for have to go a bit shorter because of the pocket. It's got to slide inside the pocket, hasn't it? So I might just have to trim it down a bit more. Let's see how that fits. Is that going to slide inside? And it's still, I think, a little bit. Yeah, still a little bit high because the where the glue is. I need to trim a little bit more off. It's all quite a little bit fiddly doing these pockets, because I think most of the time, if you've got any sense when making an altar book, which I would remember the next time I make one, and I would like to make one again, is you put your papers on before you glue your pockets. I just so excited to make the pockets, I didn't really think about it. Still a little bit. Just to see where the. Don't want to have problems once I've got the glue on. So I think it's still a little bit. Okay. It's just a fraction still, not quite right. Okay. It's always a little bit fiddly when you're doing these pockets. Right, so have I got the owl's face on show? Yes, I have. I think, oh yeah, I quite like that. Okay, so we have the owl. So I'm going to ink him up. Only the three sides, because you don't see the one inside. And pop him in, and then I think we can do our flower. I wasn't sure whether I'd want to put some red in the flower, whether there'd be any red on show by the time I'd added the papers, but I don't think I do need a bit of red. I don't want it to. I'll see. I may change my mind to make another one. Okay, done my bit of ink. Now let's put my glue on. So I'm using the tacky glue for this because it does allow you to slide things a bit more easily. And you think sliding things into the pockets, and I think I learnt that lesson on the first book, on the first half of the book, when I was actually trying to use my glue stick to put the papers in the pockets, and it was a nightmare. So at least I think with the tacky glue you get a chance to just slide things about a little bit until you've got them where you want them. It's still a little bit tricky. These things always are going to be gluing things into a pocket, but I think I'm there. Oh, I've got glue all over my fingers now. Right, let's just smooth that down. What I think I'd like to do on the areas of the book page that are left uncovered, you know, not covered by the papers, I'm just adding a little bit of extra of the speckled egg. Just to carry that colour through. So I think it needs a little something. Okay, so we've got our owl. I've got our bird here, but it's not on display when that's closed. So I think we need to just make our little flower. I'll see what looks good there. So I thought I'm going to emulate the style of the flower I did on here. So I've got that, and I've got the two leaves, which I think will have to go. I'll make the flower first and I'll worry about the leaves after. Actually, I'm going to do it like that. So if I do that, and then I've got the silver or red for the next layer. And I have the blue there. Should I put the blue? So that's pretty much the same. So dark colour, then a pale, and then a bit more colour at the top. So I think that's probably what I'll go for. And then I'll add the leaves after. And then the blue brings out all the blues in the rest of the page. So I think the red will be a bit too much. I'll just try it just to see. Only because the red's not visible in the background. Although it does make it pop a little bit more, doesn't it? Oops. So I quite like the red. Or is it fighting too much with the orange? I think I might go with the blue. Anyway, I think I'll better put this one on. I think those two colours work all right. And then I think the blue can go next. Yeah, I think that works okay. I feel like I need a little something in the middle, but I haven't got anything in the middle there, which I'd have to do the same on both, I think. But I haven't quite decided. Because I don't want anything that'd be too bulky, because they're going to bang against each other. That's the problem. So now, I think I put that flower that way, that leaf should I say. So I'm wondering if the leaf is the wrong colour now. It's not much of a contrast. I wonder if I should go for a lighter coloured green for the leaf. Let's see if I've got any other colours. Oh yes, I have got another green. I don't know if I've got much of it though. So I've got this green. Ooh, that's a bit too acid, isn't it? I think the dark green will have to be the one. Anything else? I think I've got more of that limey green, but I don't think I've got anything. Yeah, I've got some more of that, but I don't think that's quite the right colour. Unless I went for the turquoise, the really dark, or a dark blue. I've got a dark blue. I don't think I have. I did try I've got a blue metallic that I had a go at, but I don't know that that's going to work. I might just see. Actually, this wasn't the blue metallic, was it? This was a Tim Holtz crayon thing I thought I'd try. I wonder if that would look better, the leaf. No. Right, just one moment. Right, so I took a couple more of the metallic pens. At this time I've got a blue and a green. They're all from this set here. It's a metallic colour markers that I actually bought to colour my wax seals that I've made. But I thought they might be handy to use for this. I don't think they're really meant for doing on paper, but they've come out okay. So this is the green, and this is that blue. This was a say a Tim Holtz crayon, one of those, I don't know what it is, a watercolour crayon things, but it doesn't come out very well. So I thought I might just try that, just to try to get the right green. I just don't like this dark green with the dark grey, I suppose. Sorry it's taken me a while just to sort out something that's so stupidly simple as a couple of leaves. But sometimes those little things can throw you off. And so you don't get the look you want. And I want it to look nice. So I'm going to give this one a go. Let's see if that colour works for me. So I've got that going down like that. So blue as a leaf is a slightly strange colour, but you know, this is all very stylised anyway. It's not, you know, reflecting real life or anything, I suppose. But I have got the green, so I'll give that a try too. I just need to trim off that white edge so I don't get white bits on my leaves. Let's have a go with this one. Okay. And that's the sort of metallic green. Oh, now I like that, I think. Yeah, I think I like the green. Not quite as dark, so it makes just that bit more contrast with the grey. You see what I mean? So yeah, I think I might do that. I want them going the other way, so this time I'm going to punch it this way round. So got them going, whoops, in two different directions. See, one's curving that way, this one's curving this way. Like that. Yep, okay, I'm happy with that. That time, I can hear you cry. Enough time spent on finding a right colour leaf. There we go. That's what happens. Let's just pop that on there. Like that. Let's just try and make sure it fits on the space. And this one. Right. We can go to here. Like that. And then it reflects the other side quite nicely then, doesn't it? Yeah. Glue this on. And then we can move on. I just cross a little bit more. Okay, whoops. I'm just going to make sure that these flower bits stay down so they're not catching. Alright. That's that bit. So now I've got that. One pocket here. Ooh, what's going on here? Like I might have had a bit of escaping glue. With these bits of painted paper out the way. It's proved really useful, that paper. Used it more than I expected to. I was just having a bit of fun one day and just painting papers. Right, let's take this bit of whatever it is off. Okay, so I need a nice big sheet here. Something with a bit of fun design on. So let's have a look what I've used so far. Now, is that going to fit? He might look quite magnificent on there, mightn't he? Is he going to fit? I think he might. Okay. Or, I mean, he's going to have to go on a full page sometime, but I have also got this with the fox, which I rather like. Well, I like the fox. I'm going to put him on. I think. I mean, the stag will make an appearance. There's no question. But at the moment, I'm feeling the fox. Right, so let's just get rid of this white edge. Let's see. Right, and I'm going to mark it up there, and then I think we're going to need trim some off the top. I'll probably have to trim a little bit off the bottom just to get my jagged edge if I'm going to use this ruler. I need to do top and bottom. Now I've lost my mark. There it is. take a little tiny piece off there because I've got a little bird down the bottom there that I'm going to lose if I'm not careful. There we are. Oh, that's not very straight, is it? So I lost a little bit of my bird, unfortunately. Right, let's see how that fits. If I've taken enough off. Yes, I think I have. Right, I shall ink this one then and put it on, and then we'll have a look at this complicated pocket here. Right, I've got that page stuck on. I really like that. I think it's just a beautiful image. So this one, so I've got a piece to go across here, a piece has got to tuck in here, and another piece has got to tuck in behind there. So it's a little bit, you've got to be a bit careful which images you choose because it's got this diagonal. So I have had a quick look, and I think I can make this one work across here, and that'll cut down there, and I think then you've got this nice bit of forest here, and then I'm thinking I might be able to then use this piece with the bird and tuck that in that corner there. You'll only just see his head poking out, but I think that'll be okay. Right, so that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to try and cover this join of the pocket so that it's not visible. So I think what I need to do first is to cut that down about there, and then across there, I think about there. So I'm going to use my trimmer, I think, for this first cut, well, for both cuts, because you're not actually going to see. I'm going to see them, and then I'll try and use my ruler for doing the diagonal bit. So I'm going to cut that down like that. It may be there's not enough of the bird piece left to put that there, so I shall find something else, but I think I just needed to find something to go on that front part. But it's a little bit plain, but obviously there will be the option of decoration afterwards. I think what I'll do is I'll do what I've done before, draw down the edge of the pocket and then cut within, just inside that. Hopefully that should work. I'm going to be a bit risky and try doing my tear ruler with that. It's always tricky on a pointy bit at the beginning. See if I can tear it, otherwise I'll just cut it. It's getting it started, isn't it? It's not my best thing. I'm going to, well, maybe I'll just tear it like this. Okay, kind of started it. Let's have a look at that. I don't know how that's gone. Let's have a quick look. Have I torn the right piece? Okay, that's all right. Right, so I've got that piece. Let's do the next piece while I'm at it. See if this is actually going to fit. Where's my little book weight gone? I'll just hold that flat here. Now, so I could either have him here or I could have him up here, I suppose. No, I think I want him here. So I'm going to, so I'm either going to lose the berries or I'm going to have to keep the, just trying to think where's the best place to tear him so that we don't lose too much bird. Okay, I'm going to let's see. Tear it there. Is that right? No, maybe there. And there. Let's just see. It's all very suck it and see, really, isn't it? Just see if that actually works. There's that. Put that there. I can always tear it down a bit more if I need to. Let's take this piece away for the moment. Let's see how that's going to fit. So it just needs to... Oh, actually, if it's going to line up with the other one, it probably doesn't want to go in the pocket too much. So I'm going to put it, if I was going to pop it inside the pocket a little bit, I could do that. I think it will work. Put it up as high as I can. Mark it down there. Mark it about there. Let's give it a go. It's that diagonal tearing again. Just got to start it. Gives me something to get hold of. Don't know if this is going to work, but we'll see. Whoops, no. Typical. Too much of a rush to just finish that last little piece and then it went awry. Okay. I don't know what it's going to turn out like. Maybe it won't show. Okay, so I need to tuck it into this pocket a touch. I think I just need to tear it off a little bit more. Just tidy this up a little bit. Okay, let's see if that looks better. I think he'll look all right there. So I've got that piece there. Where'd the other piece go? And that piece there. So that's all right. So they just need to be inked and glued in, and then I just need a piece for up here. So I have got this one. I could, yeah, that might look all right in that corner there. I might just try and... Do I want to tear it? No, I don't. I want to... I think the outside edges are mostly doing straight. So I'll stick with that because it's a bit easier. And I've just got to mark it. Go right up to the corner and then right into that corner there. Where is it? So mark that there, and then just needs to tuck in. Don't need to go down very far. It's down to there, I think. Let's see. and just that little corner at the top there, isn't it? Right. Have I done that right? That way, that's it. Be nice to have that little splash of red in there, wouldn't it? As well. Now, let's see, is that going to work? Yeah, I think that looks okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, ink around all these pieces and glue them in, and then I'll be back. Right, so they're all glued on, and I really like how they're all working together with pops of red, beginning to bring out some more colour now, so I think that's really quite nice. You can see I'm losing a lot of the white that goes around some of the papers, so that works quite well for me. Right, so this next page is an interesting shape, this one here. So I think I've had a quick look, and I've got this piece here, and I think he might work quite well on there. Just cutting across up here. Rather nice picture of a stag. So the usual thing. Going to mark it. Now I can't find my pencil. Where's that disappeared to? Oh, here it is. It was a good thing I did the bit of the gluing off camera of the other piece, because this triangle piece at the front completely disappeared. Couldn't find it anywhere, and it had actually flown across the room without me looking. I did find it, and then obviously and stuck it on, but I thought it wouldn't have been much fun to watch if I'd been searching around for that while I was on camera. Right. Let's put that there. Have a nice little image on here that I'll get to use later. There's some beautiful images in this kit, there really are. Okay, right, now, so that goes across there, that goes across there, that goes right down to the bottom. Almost, actually, not quite to the bottom, because these pages are a little bit, just a touch taller than my book, so I've just got to take it to there. And where's the, and here. I'm going to have to try and tear it from this spot here to this spot here. Let's see if we can make that happen. Get the angle right, that's the important thing. Try not to get too carried away when I get to the bottom. Try not to rip too fast and then make a mess of it. This last little bit can get a bit tricky. Okay, let's see, have we got the right size? Well, it's kind of okay, I think. Lost a little bit down the bottom, but I think it'll be alright. Are we going to be able to... No, that's not quite straight there, is it? So if I have that going like that, I think I need to just trim this down a touch more. Otherwise it's going to go too far into the crease and maybe it won't stick properly. So I've got to take a little tiny piece off here. Let's get this straight. I may not have cut it completely straight. And then let's see if I need to take a little bit more off the diagonal. I'll get that lined up. Yeah, I need to take a little bit more off that, don't I? Okay, let's give that a go. So right at the bottom, it's just the little top part that's not quite right. So maybe I'll just take a little bit like that. Let's see if that's a bit better. Yeah, that's better. Okay, usual thing, ink and glue. I'll be right back. Right, he's all stuck on. I think he looks really rather magnificent there. I really like that. So I think I'm going to have to end the video here because this next set of pockets, there's actually several pockets here. It's 6 pockets. So it'll take quite a bit of work to get these all covered. I'll probably put a single piece down here. Then I'll have to do individual pieces to pop into here. And I have nearly used up my usual hour, but I might have been tempted to go on a bit longer, but I have actually got to go and have a blood test done very shortly, so I can't really continue too much longer now. So I will come back very soon. I'll put these videos quite close together in January. I do want to mention again or remind you that I am planning to do, I hope to do, a face-to-face video probably at the end of January when I'm starting to recover from my operation, which is on the 6th of January at the moment. If that changes, I'll put it in the description box below that it's been cancelled or whatever, and then I'll carry on going with some videos, I expect. But at the moment, I should be going into hospital on the 6th. So by the end of January, with any luck, I'll be feeling like doing at least a bit of a face-to-face, telling you how I'm getting on. And I thought maybe if you had any questions you wanted to ask me, you could do that. And we could have a little Q&A session, perhaps, just to make it a bit more interesting. Otherwise, I'll be on for about 2 minutes to say, hi, I'm okay, bye-bye. So, yeah, if you want anything you want me to talk about or tell you about or anything you want to ask me, we can pop that into that and just make the session a little bit more interesting. So I will be back. I hope to get this all finished before I go into hospital. While I'm, I've got loads of other things at the moment. I'm in leading up to Christmas, and I've got loads of other things I need to be doing. I've got cards to write, presents to buy still, which is really a bit worrying. I hate it when I haven't bought all my presents by now, but I'm getting there. So yeah, I will see you soon, hopefully, and we'll get this boy finished. Bye for now.